Hey guys, we are back again with another Beauty Empties video. I do these pretty frequently. I feel like I go through Beauty Empties a lot faster than a lot of people. However, I do test a lot of like deluxe sizes and minis. And usually when I'm doing these videos, I literally have another 10 that are like ready to go as I'm done wrapping up and editing and whatever this video. So we have 45 different items, okay? I usually have a really good time doing these videos and I love to share my thoughts with you guys. So let's get into it. I have broken this up into a lot of different categories. Let's go ahead and start off with body care items. And unironically, they are the most boring of the items, there goes my kids, to talk about. So I've talked about this so many freaking times, you guys. I use this because again, I won't use anything that is like meant for moisturizing and like body wash on my sensitive bits. And I'm not just washing with water. It's a daily intimate wash that is pH balanced. This one is specifically pH balanced, clinically proven to help maintain a healthy pH. You know, I'm that kind of person that's like really sensitive to certain things. I can get thrown out of balance pretty quickly. So I've tried a bunch of these different feminine washes, and so far for like the price point and for like how I feel about unfragranced ones, like the Vagisil's definitely been the best for me so far. Its advanced probiotic technology helps maintain a healthy microbiome, pH balanced with lacto-prebiotic, up to 24-hour freshness and hypoallergenic. Yeah, so I'm highly enjoying this. And again, it's really for the bang for the buck, and the fact that you can get it on Amazon is just the way to go for me. And then I brought in for the very first time a deodorant. I have been grabbing for Dove and Dove only for like the last year. I was talking about my deodorant sticks when I was trying to find one that was aluminum free and a natural deodorant. I am back to using, I don't know, aluminum. I just found the Dove products I'm really enjoying because one, I think they work really well. They're pretty affordable. You can get them on Amazon plus on Walmart. And also they're cruelty free. They're good for sensitive skin. I just find that Dove does a really good job. So I've been buying Dove antiperspirant for about the last year, probably, after I got off the kick of trying to find like a natural aluminum free deodorant, and none of them were really working, especially because in Florida, like I can't. I need something that really locks me down. So anyway, Dove is really good. This one's just the original clean with a quarter moisturizers. I don't know what it says. 1/4 moisturizers. I just find that it like doesn't irritate my skin and it lasts all freaking day. So, oh, and as far as like white cast, even though this is white and not a clear stick, I feel like it doesn't transfer as much as like the old school days of transferring. So it's one of the reasons that I've continued to repurchase this. And the next body care product is from Summer Fridays. You know, I really think this is discontinued, and I had this for over a year that I was continuing to use it. It's the Pool Time Glowing Body Oil, but I still thought I would talk about it in today's video because if they ever bring this back, which they may do summertime again, I don't know, it might be fun to get. I would definitely repurchase this. I bought this full price probably from Sephora when it was brand new. You know, it's just a shimmering body oil. I shouldn't call it leg oil, but that's like how I was using it. I really enjoy like a little sparkly shimmer on my legs. It was nice. It was fun. It was a lot of product. It took me over a year. So whatever this cost, $40 or whatever, it lasted that long. The glass jar is incredibly sturdy and thick. So it was a really nice one. It had, you know, a very coconutty scent. Yeah. Ooh, just delicious. I'm using one from Necessaire right now that is overpriced. It is. It doesn't add anything, and the oils, it's not like fragrance or anything, so it kind of smells funny now that it's getting a little bit older. I prefer something that has like a little bit of a scent to it. This was just a nice one, that's all. And then I tried the Santal and Vetiver from Salt and Stone, the body wash. It's just a little one that I got in an advent calendar. I don't know how much these retail for, but I do believe that they sell on Sephora. You know, I'm just not like a fan. You know, it smells delicious. The Santal and Vetiver, it's nice. It's like not too sweet. It kind of has a musky scent to it. I liked it, but like as far as body washes go, guys, I'm going for Dove every single time. I don't even think I could recommend to you guys like a body wash that wasn't just standard from the drugstore. I don't think I could do it. As far as body washes go, give me Dove. Just do it. They're cruelty free and they're pretty affordable. Oh, and by the way, all the stuff that they're doing with like all the fragrance, like the candy, the cookie, whatever, like I finally got my hands on some, and I got a body scrub, some body wash, and a deodorant in like butter and pecan. It's crazy. I will give you guys some updates on how those go. So far though, I'm using the butter pecan deodorant, and it's like literally sniffing butter pecan ice cream. It's a whole experience. All right, and then the next one that I got in an advent calendar also was from Tony Moly. It's the I'm Lovely Candy Cane foot mask. And at first I thought I wasn't gonna use this because I was like, I don't really use foot masks, however you say it. And then I used it on a whim one day. Oh my goodness gracious. I'll pop in a picture here. These were the cutest little booties. They were like candy canes. It was super duper cute. But also, oh my gosh, I have never had my feet so hydrated in my life. Like in that amount of time. It hydrated them so freaking quickly. It was literally like me sitting there at like a spa for an hour. So good. I like Tony Moly. I believe it's Korean skincare as well. Yes, it is. So I loved it so much. Guess what I did? Oh, I did repurchase. I didn't get the exact same one. I got these ones on Amazon. I couldn't find the candy cane one, although, you know, that one was kind of minty and nicely scented. But then I went and got the Squishmallows Benny's Petty Shea Butter foot mask, and I bought a pack of 4 of them on Amazon. And for somebody who's never had a foot mask before, to immediately use 2, I used one last night. My feet were so tired from all the events and wearing heels and just like how dry it's been out. I needed it. I literally put it on for like 10 minutes because that's all the time that I had. While I was doing my skincare before getting into bed, I took it off and they were like, it was like a drink for my feet. So highly recommend Tony Moly in general. It's not the first time I've tried the brand before. I'm really enjoying all the Korean skincare I've been getting into recently, and I was able to get these on Amazon. So highly recommend. I already did repurchase. And by the way, I could have gotten any foot mask, but because this one was so damn good, I specifically looked for Tony Moly. I do have some more masks here that I want to talk about. Diana Madison Beauty, the Glow Factor Rosehip Oil Hydrating Face Sheet Mask is one that I've gotten in a bunch of advent calendars. You know, it's fine. It's not my favorite. It's not terrible. It's a hydrating mask. You know, I don't feel its effects like long after I do it, but I use sheet masks for hydration specifically. So, you know, something like this is nice. You know, it's kind of a very thin sheet mask, the kind that doesn't stay on very long and, you know, tends to kind of slip off as you move around. You know, it's just not very thick. So I don't think I would ever repurchase the Madison Beauty ones all by themselves. But again, it's kind of one of those things where like if it came in an advent calendar, like I would definitely use it. I just wouldn't go out of my way for it. Whereas on the other hand, the Wander Beauty Baggage Claim Gold eye masks, I think these are my second and I thoroughly enjoy them. These are not my favorite eye masks. The ones that I love the most are from Kiko Milano, and I don't know if they make them all the time. They were like limited edition, like at a certain collection. I got it in an advent calendar as well, but they were my favorite. Just the way that they felt, how hydrating they were, the fact that they stayed on. You know, sometimes like they just don't sit on my under eye perfectly and they start to droop, and like there's all sorts of reasons that you could love a particular mask. Some is thicker, some make you feel more hydrated, that sort of thing. So the Kiko Milano ones were definitely my favorite, but as far as like eye masks that I've tried, I think the Wander Beauty ones are my second favorite. So would I purchase it purposefully? Yes. Wander Beauty is a little bit tricky to get. I know that they sell in JCPenney, but I'm not sure if they sell on like Amazon, which is typically where I would go, because I don't know if they sell these on Sephora, even though they have sold like their blush sticks and things like that on Sephora's website. Another one that I have tried several times now are from Patchology, and they do sell these at Sephora, and usually at like the end, like where you're checking out, whatever that thing is called, they will have these individual sheet masks. So these are the Rose Eye Gel patches with strawberry extract, resveratrol, and hyaluronic acid. These are decent. You know, they're a gel, which is really nice, and they're not expensive, and you can get them at like the checkout mini aisle at Sephora. They're decent. Would I go out of my way to purchase? No. I mean, probably not. Like, unless I was like, oh, I needed eye patches, and you know, the little mini stand was right there and I just threw it in really quickly, but I would not go out of my way to find these online. All right, you guys, let's do everything cleansers. Let's get the boring one out of the way because I talk about this one every single time because I will not change using it. The Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. This one has the salicylic acid one. So I switch all the time. Regular, waterproof. I tried the salicylic acid one. Oily to acne prone skin, even sensitive. I just like salicylic acid. My skin has always responded really well to anything that has salicylic acid in it. And I just find that it like smooths my skin out too. So micellar water from Garnier is pretty affordable. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it at Walmart. So it's convenient for me. You can also get it at Ulta. A lot of times this will be on sale at Ulta. So it's decent to do, you know, like a re-up if they're doing a sale, throw it in your cart, throw it in your cart. Like I keep my restocks to my right here. So I just like stock up on micellar waters because I can't be without it because it's one of the few things that gets off this stubborn eye makeup. Okay, there are very few things that don't burn the shit out of me, so I will forever be repurchasing that. I have repurchased that 50 times, like that, just a lot. This next little mini from First Aid Beauty is the Pure Skin Face Cleanser, safe for sensitive skin. It was fine. First Aid Beauty is fragrance free. It's usually non-stripping. It's usually pretty hydrating, great for sensitive skin because they're all like, you know, dermatologist tested and no artificial fragrance. Like it was fine. I didn't find anything remarkable about this one. Like I did not have, you know, an enjoyable, incredible time with it. I didn't feel like it was stripping or anything, but you know, as far as like how long I was able to test it, you know, I probably got 2 weeks out of this, week and a half, maybe, you know. I only cleansed my face with a cleanser one time a day, so it wasn't as though I was using that twice a day and going through it super fast. Now this is the cleanser that's like an oil-based cleanser. Sorry, it's like oily. It's a makeup remover and a cleanser from Tatcha, the Camellia Cleansing Oil. I got this in an advent calendar. I have been someone who has said many times, I don't like cleansing balms. I don't like cleansing oils. They burn me. They don't ever make me feel clean. They're not enough to get the stubborn eyeshadow off of me. Oh my gosh, this was so good. I use this as an actual cleanser. So I went in with like the micellar to get my eyeshadow off first. Then I went in with this and it's oil based, but it rinses off of you like really not oily. It's a really interesting texture. It's like warm and oily and very nourishing. But then when you get it wet with water, you know, it's not an oil and water situation. It comes right off of your hands. So silky soft without being greasy. Japanese camellia oil. So weird, guys. It was great. Dispense into dry hands, massage onto dry face for 10 seconds and rinse. Literally did just that. And it was fabulous. I loved the way this felt. I love the way that it went on. Like it was just a luxury experience and actually got me clean. And it didn't burn my eyes. This one was just badass. It was really, really good to the point where I probably would repurchase that. Or purchase it. Like it's definitely one that sticks out in my mind, but I do think that I have like a hard time wrapping my mind around probably the price point of Tatcha. All right, let's go to a mask. So I have had this for a long time and didn't try it. It's the Juice Beauty Bamboo Pore Refining Mask. Juice Beauty tends to be pretty expensive. You're supposed to use this twice weekly, cleanse skin with the blemishing, whatever. You leave on for 1 to 2 minutes and then wipe off. It's a charcoal mask. It was black. I used it in the shower. It has like a tea tree scent, you know, whatever that scent is. I'm pretty sure that even using it twice a week, it was stripping my skin. Like the barrier of my skin felt irritated and like more dry every time I used it. To be honest, the way I ended up finishing this off because I hated it so much on my face is that I was like using it on the bumps on the back of my arms, the KP bumps or whatever, and it was actually really nice for that. I did not like it on my face at all. I would not use this again, and Juice Beauty tends to be very expensive, not worth it in my personal opinion. Let's move on to sunscreens, you guys, before we get like back into the skincare, eye care. I tried a bunch of drugstore ones and I feel like there's still more to go. I'm still using a drugstore one that I'm not a fan of, but I'm just using it on my chest because everything on my face has to be very thin. This is the CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen 30 for face, and it's a sheer tint. So it did come out tinted. It was okay, you know, it's sheer, so even though it tints after 10-15 minutes, you can't tell it's on. I think makeup sat on top of it like just fine. The other CeraVe that I told you about last month, I said don't ever use that because it left like a goopy white cast. This is not your traditional sunscreen in that way. It's definitely made more for the face specifically, and it's a much lighter weight formula. I wouldn't repurchase this again. I wouldn't. The next one I totally would. I don't know where you can buy it, but I really enjoyed it from an advent calendar. I wouldn't do 30 for my face anyway. I would honestly prefer like 50 and above. That's just what I would prefer to do. So this probably just wasn't one that had enough sunscreen in it anyway for me to repurchase, but I wanted to try different formulas from the drugstore to see if I could find an affordable one that was good. This is supposed to blend seamlessly into the skin with a lightweight, non-greasy feel, suitable for sensitive skin, and 3 essential ceramides and niacinamide. And you know, CeraVe is definitely one that dermatologists recommend quite a lot, especially because of its affordability too. Wouldn't say that it's bad, but I will say I don't need the sheer tint. I would rather a sunscreen just be completely colorless, totally sheer, no tint to it at all. Honestly, this wasn't terrible. Like, I'm making it seem like I just wouldn't go for it again, but this was the best one of all the drugstore ones I have like really tested so far, if that tells you something. All right, this one is the little mini tester that I got like a week's use out of from Kula. It says 70% organic, refreshing water plumping gel serum featuring blue screen. It's only an SPF of 30. It was like a light blue color, but it was so sheer and so lightweight. And also it smells just like your traditional, I just got it on my lip, traditional sunscreen. Oh, everything sat on top of it really well, completely sheer and super lightweight. Like, this is what sunscreens should be. Didn't even feel like a sunscreen. It really didn't. It felt just like a moisturizer. This was delightful. I would totally get this again if it wasn't too expensive. Now this one's a dual product. It's from Perricone MD, Vitamin C Ester Photo Brightening Moisturizer with SPF 30. I've been using quite a lot of dual products like this. So in the mornings, like from all my advent calendars, this was not from one. My mom got me this for Christmas. I've been using moisturizers with sunscreens in them quite a bit for the morning time, so I don't have to use 2 different ones. It's just faster for me. But this one messed with my makeup so much. It was a light pink color. It was, I don't know, kind of sweet smelling, so I kind of liked it. It was like this whipped mousse. It felt like Cool Whip. So it was kind of cool, like a cool texture, but man, it messed with my makeup so much. My makeup would just pill on top of it constantly. So that's a no for me. Plus it's only an SPF of 30 and very expensive. The benefit to it is probably the photo brightening moisturizer, and Perricone MD usually has pretty high quality ingredients in it, but this one for me. You know what, let's just keep going with the moisturizers. This one is another one of the set that my mom got me from Perricone MD, the Cold Plasma Plus, the Intensive Hydrating Complex Moisturizer. Super duper expensive. I loved the Cold Plasma Plus when I used it several years ago, but to be honest with you, it was back when I had dry skin and it just worked differently. It worked better. I felt like this was like a clay formula that was very moisturizing, but almost to the point where my skin was like changing. It was going from combo to normal, and then I was having trouble like regulating where I was going. Oh my God, all of a sudden, what primer am I using? Oh my gosh, what foundations are looking better on me? It seemed to make my skin more normal, and I'm not saying that's like a negative thing, but like at the same time, it was just a very confusing product. I kind of felt like it was messing with me overall. I hated the smell of it. Oh, I don't know, it smells kind of like old, and again, it was like a clay texture, so a lot of things that would not make me want to try this again. Thank you, Mom, for getting it. I really do appreciate it. It probably was a really great moisturizer. There's nothing wrong with making my skin more normal. I think it really was hydrating me, but I couldn't, I don't know. Just the overall experience wasn't for me. All right, here's an expensive little baddie from La Mer. This is the moisturizing cream. I was using this in the evenings. You know, this is a nice, really thick, very hydrating cream that has like this really strong, like piney citrus scent. You know, this is one of those very expensive creams that is like $200 a bottle, $265 a bottle, something like that. I would never purchase this for myself full price. I don't think it offers enough benefit to do that, and I don't recommend you guys do, because there's so many good affordable moisturizers on the market. I mean, I liked it. I think it was very hydrating. I think it was like thick and nice, you know, what I like for the evening time. But I will say that if I wasn't putting this on top of a serum, it was like tugging on my skin. There were some nights where I straight up was like, I'm too tired, I'm gonna cleanse, weekends and I'm gonna go ahead and put a moisturizer on and I'm taking my booty to bed. And when I would put it on, it would like get stuck, you know, on my face. So I don't know what that was about, but yeah, if it wasn't on top of a serum, it tugged. It was weird. It was weird. And for the price point, you'd just think that wouldn't be the case. I don't know. Go figure. All right. I'm counting these as one. I have used these many, many times and I've talked about these many, many times on my channel. The Absolute Cream Soft Cream from Lancome. I love these. You know, they're fragranced, but they're thin and they feel nice and they're super hydrating. And you know how I feel about Lancome skincare products. In fact, I just love Lancome products in general. I don't know what it is. They're great. They've always done really good. Skincare, makeup, I'm just a fan. I am. I love the Genifique. I love the Clarifique from Lancome. And I love these Absolute soft creams. So I'm counting this as one. Would I repurchase? Abso-freaking-lutely. But I'll be asking for it, you know, for Christmas and my birthday. That's better. But Lancome skincare is where I will splurge my money for sure. I have a bunch of skincare items and they're all but one of them is a mini. So let's go to the Caudalie, the Resveratrol Lift. I have used this before and I've talked about Caudalie actually being like fragranced and expensive and not typically something that I would spend my money on. I still stand by that. Again, it's just not where I would go. I would go Korean skincare. I would go Asian beauty 100% to get something that was comparable in terms of active ingredients and save my money. And, you know, potentially not get something that's fragrance that could be irritating for sensitive skin. I think this one is good. You know, the Caudalie products, when I use them, they're thin, but they're hydrating. They're moisturizing. They feel like silk going on. You know what you'd expect for something super high priced? I can't see myself spending my money on like a plumping serum because that's what it is. You know, in fact, I would love to just get like a hyaluronic acid or like an oil or, you know, something like that. Something that has like a beginner, like collagen or salicylic acid, some sort of acid that's typically meant to be hydrating. I don't know. Are there active ingredients in Caudalie that are better than you can get from Korean skincare? You guys tell me. I don't think so, except Lancome. I don't know what it is about Lancome. The prices are not the same. Caudalie is definitely more expensive, I'm pretty sure, in most cases. But like, as far as Lancome goes, when I walk away from using a Lancome product, I feel different. I feel hydrated and plumper and my skin always feels more smooth. You know, when I'm in the light and I'm driving down the road, like every time I use the Clarifique or the Genifique, I just feel like my skin looks more even and clearer and less bumpy. It's just something about Lancome just does it for me. And it's almost every single time I use a product. But as far as the Sunday Riley, I've talked about this before. The Good Genes all-in-one lactic acid treatment that deeply exfoliates for clarity, radiance, and younger looking skin. Visibly brightens the appearance of dark spots. Guys, lots of stuff here. Instantly plumps the look of fine lines and wrinkles. It's a lactic acid. So I don't know. It's the only lactic acid that I think I've ever used has been from Sunday Riley. I have never tried another one, but every time I use one of these, and I have used some of these back to back to back, I have never noticed a change. So no, I'll use it if it comes in an advent calendar, but I do feel like I'm using it to use it. What do you guys say? And then this little tiny mini came in my Dior order. It's the Capture Ox C Treatment Le Serum. The Capture is really nice. This was very silky, very fragranced. It smells like straight up perfume, but silky. I do in fact enjoy a silky serum. This was more like a moisturizing serum. It's got the Oxy treatment with magus flower and leaf stem extract. I don't know what the Capture line has, but I do believe that they have like some targeted, you know, anti-aging active ingredients in there that makes the Capture line probably pretty potent. It was nice, but I didn't get to use it long enough to be able to tell you. I wouldn't purchase that on its own. Oh, here's the other one. The Lancome Absolute Lay Serum Intensive Concentrate. Oh my gosh. So I had 3 that I probably used back to back to back. If I have 3 of the same kind, I will take them all downstairs and just continue to use them. That way I can kind of gather my thoughts a little bit more on a particular product than just doing one and then kind of coming back, especially when they're this small. So here was the other one that I had. All right, I had a rose hip facial oil from Pi. I got this in an advent calendar. It did come in its own little box. You know, it's nice. It's a glass, well, they're always in glass jars. This stunk. Can't stand it. Can't even, I wouldn't even try and get like the little driblets of what's in here. I can't, oh. You know, when oils don't have like a coconutty fragrance to them and they go quickly, they tend to stink and they just smell dirty to me. I'm not a huge fan of like what old oil smells like. I just wasn't a fan of this. I have a lot of different facial oils that I use. I'm trying to think of other ones, but I've had other ones. I currently am using the Merit, the Glow Serum or whatever. That's like a bi-phase product that has oil in it. Like I would just prefer to use that. It doesn't stink. Like this one just stinks to me. So not a fan. First time I've used it, but nothing spectacular about it. Hydrating, but that's it. I have used multiple of these, you guys. So I finished off another one of the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. I love this. These are really affordable, and I think that they do sell these sides for like $2 or $3, but I love them. They're so hydrating. The sprayer on them in the evenings, can I get some? Oh, the sprayer is so good. You just drench your face with this and it feels so freaking hydrating. For $2 or $3, these are great. I'm using right now a Mario Badescu facial cleanser. It sucks. And it's probably the only other thing that I've tried from Mario Badescu. Like this, don't like the facial cleanser. I'll talk about that when it's empty. From Banish, the ceramide and retinol serum. I got this in PR and I have been trying a bunch of Banish stuff. So I think the last 2 Beauty Empty videos that I did, I had a Banish product in there. You know, they really target hyperpigmentation. They have a lot of things for retinol, uneven skin tone. This is a resurface and restore replenish skin barrier ceramide and retinol serum. I liked it. I liked it, and I liked everything that I've tried for Banish. Now they're pretty expensive, but I do feel like that they're kind of a high quality skincare company. I have been using a couple of retinols following this one, and the subsequent retinols that I've been using, I have to say, like, I don't think they're diminishing my lines on my face any less, but I do feel like that they're drying me out. Where this one I was using every single night, and I did not feel that my skin was on the dry side and it wasn't irritated and all that good stuff. So I really enjoyed the Banish line. You know, to be honest, I don't know if I would go to their website and like purchase anything without some sort of discount code. I would probably pick up something, but again, there's gonna be a time where I have cycled through all of the stuff that I got from advent calendars and things like that, and it's all gonna end up being Korean skincare. That's where I'm definitely going on this journey next. I have 2 more. The Sunday Riley CEO 50% vitamin C brightening serum. I have 2. I'm counting these as 1. I did use these again back to back. Another thing from Sunday Riley that I never notice a difference, and it's very expensive. This is one of their more popular ones. Actually, the lactic acid is also popular, but the 15% vitamin C brightening serum I've heard a lot about too. I don't know that I ever feel brighter with this. Not more than more affordable ones. That's all I can really say about it, guys. As far as like brightening serums go and vitamin C's, this one's probably a higher concentrate, you know, 15%. Because you can get like 15% vitamin C from the drugstore that's super affordable. But sometimes I don't feel it's as concentrated as this one. This says with 15% advanced vitamin C to rapidly brighten the appearance of the skin and boost vital skin bounce. I think you need to be careful when you're buying a vitamin C to see how much is actually concentrated, you know, as opposed to like 70% vitamin C and then 10% concentrate, something along those lines. I have purchased drugstore ones where I just feel like they're more gimmicky than actually a concentrated formula, like this one probably is. But I never notice a difference. Like I have purchased turmeric pads that I think were more brightening than these are and more affordable. Finally, for the face, you guys, that JLo Glow Serum from JLo Beauty. I'm also counting these as 1, and I use these back to back. They're supposed to be tighten, brighten. I don't know. They were a silky serum. Did I feel like they were tightening and brightening? I don't know. Not more so than anything else. When you use so many different types of skincare, I think the things that stand out are when you notice something within 3 nights of use. I swear to you, it takes me 3 nights and I can say, oh my gosh, I see something in comparison to other products. I didn't notice any difference with this. I feel like these are probably, and I don't know this for sure, but I feel like these are probably a high price point for a formulation you can probably find at the drugstore for something very similar. I'm just gonna leave that right there. All right, 2 eye serums. Oh, eye creams rather. The Saturday Skin Yuzu Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. Okay, Saturday Skin. Give me some Korean skincare. I've repurchased this mini so many freaking times, I don't even know. This is not the first time I have repurchased. I have purchased and repurchased the Saturday Skin line. I really think that my fine lines become less visible when I use it. I love it. It's hydrating. I feel like concealer just looks so much better on me when I use the Saturday Skin line. I've used the other one that's not the Yuzu vitamin C one, the Wide Awake eye cream that's in the pink packaging, also fabulous. Fab. You know, they weren't really on sale on Ipsy, and I think they just recently like came to Amazon, so you can purchase them there. Where else? Did they come to Ulta too? I'll link it in the description box if I can find it, like somewhere that we probably shop a lot. And I'm very excited that it's there, but it wasn't discounted the way that it was on Ipsy the many times that I have repurchased it. So having said that, I kind of moved on and picked up some other ones that I'm just testing out. But this is one that I've gone back to many times, so I'm a big fan. And then I got to try this little teeny tiny mini from Clé de Peau. It's the Cream Supreme Contour Eye Cream. You know, it was nice. I'm not gonna lie. I love me a Clé de Peau product. You know, Clé de Peau is another one that I feel like Lancome, that it's like silky and hydrating and like thick, but sinks in really well to the skin. You know, it is very fragranced. It is an eye cream. I did get it in an advent calendar and it didn't take me too far, but would I repurchase this? If I found this sucker on sale, or if I was walking through Nordstrom, I would splurge. Clé de Peau and Lancome, it's just something about them. How do I explain that I feel luxurious and more hydrated and more glowy every time I use one of their products? I don't know. Did I just? I think I did. All right, moving on to the two hair care products that I tried. Living Proof, the Clarifying Detox Shampoo. I got in an advent calendar. Meh. You know, when I first started in purchasing things not from the drugstore, Living Proof was one of the first brands that I was buying pretty consistently, trying to find things that I liked for my hair. And you know what? Eventually I just realized Living Proof didn't really do a lot. You know, a Clarifying Detox Shampoo, I wouldn't know it from anything else. I can't tell if there's less buildup when I use this, because literally my hair is so thin the very next day after showering, it looks greasy if I'm not using a dry shampoo. So I don't know. I didn't notice this doing anything for me, so I would not repurchase Living Proof again full price. I would not. But I did find my favorite hair mask freaking ever. Oh my gosh, I have tried so many hair masks. None was as good for my hair as this one from Amika. From Amika, the Soul Food Nourishing Mask. You know what made this great? It hydrated me without making my hair poofy. I felt so hydrated and silky and soft. You know, I have been using one on repurchase from It's a 10 for like years, like 3 or 4 years. And I realized it makes my hair extremely poofy, whereas this one made my fine, thin hair just like silk. Like silk. So this is my favorite one. I have so many freaking hair masks right now from advent calendars because I don't use them but maybe once a week. I do not have time to be like setting things in for 5 to 7 minutes. Yes, 5 to 7. So that's why I just don't get to use masks very often, so I don't go through them very quickly. But this one I just kept using over and over and over and over again. I was like taking longer showers on purpose because of this dang thing. It's loaded with antioxidants plus nutrients. This rich yet lightweight formula hydrates and softens, resulting in healthy looking silky smooth strands. Yeah, I mean, it was silky smooth and it was lightweight. You know, one of the things that I find with like masks, you know, my hair is so thin that I really just can't take very thick hair care products. Like the formula itself cannot be super thick. They don't get along with them. I don't get along with them super well. So this is my favorite mask I've ever tried. All right, I do have some makeup products and then I want to talk about fragrance and then we are done. So I did finish off the Forever Glow Veil from Dior, which is a primer. It is a 24-hour hydrating radiant primer and I had it for a while and I had to move it downstairs to use it in like my skincare step in the morning to get ready. You know, it was slightly radiant, but very thin. But honestly, if I did not let this sink in all the way, my makeup did not sit well on top of it. So it couldn't have been a good product for me to use if I was rushing. It never worked out well. You know, I think it has like micro pearls in it, so it was kind of glowy. It was nice looking on the skin, but of course you just cover it with my layer of foundation and it didn't didn't show up much. So high price point and fragranced. I did pay full price for this when it first launched several years ago, but I would not repurchase. I killed 2 mascaras. One is my favorite. So you guys might not be surprised. I finished off the High Key mascara from Beauty Bay. This thing is like dead empty. You know, you guys have told me that Beauty Bay is not shipping to the US. They have never stopped shipping to me, like ever. I got this in a 2-pack for 30 bucks. They retail for $15 on Beauty Bay's website. I already have my backup. I have repurchased this 20 times. So this is a lovely, lovely formula. Oh, I'm going too fast. So it is the molded plastic bristle kind that you can get really close to the lash line, but this is a volumizing mascara that is just not clumpy. It's very pigmented, it's very buildable. It separates my lashes, makes them look fluffy, makes them look long, is not a heavy formula, so it doesn't weigh down my eyelashes. It just makes them look full. Probably my favorite mascara. I don't know, I've been trying so many good ones this year. I don't know where this one falls, but God, it's so good. Volume mascara, an ultra black mascara designed to create instant volume and length for a panoramic effect. Apply 2 to 3 coats for ultimate lash lift effect. It's just fabulous. And then the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I got a new one of these. Oh, this stinks. In the Ipsy advent calendar, and I'm thoroughly enjoying that one. I feel like I have to hurry up because my kids are just getting loud. I'm thoroughly enjoying that one, but what I have found with the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara is that 50% of the time the mascara comes to me just dry as a bone. Dry, dry, dry. And then the other half of the time it comes and it's super nice and it's super pigmented and it's like a really wet buildable formula. This one was the one that I think came like very dry for me and just like it gunked on itself pretty quickly. So I mean, it's mostly gone anyway. I'm a scraper, so it was mostly gone anyway, but the formula is completely dried out. You know, I really love this mascara when it's done well, when it's like a non-dry tube. For whatever reason, half the time, I think I've had 4 tubes total. 3 that I purchased myself and this last one in an advent calendar. The first time I got it, it was fabulous, but it dried out pretty quickly. The second time I bought it, it was dry when I got it. The third time, I don't know, maybe I've only bought it twice. I can't remember, but I think the third time it was also dry and I was like, oh, I give up on this mascara. Like maybe the first time was just a fluke and then this last bottle was fabulous. So I think you do need to be careful. I think if you get a dry tube, because this is absolutely fabulous, by the way, when it's done well, you get really close to the lash line with it. It's extra volumizing, but it's also pigmented so that it really gives them a dramatic effect. You see all of the lashes, you know, it gives you that like really fanned out, I want to say even like fluttery effect, and it's a quite buildable formula. Just pretty intense, makes your lashes like really, really long. So I want to say that if it doesn't come wet and you buy one of these, because I highly recommend this mascara, again, this is tube 3. I mean, that kind of tells you something, you know? I'm just not a big repurchaser. If it's not perfectly wet, like send it back because it's not good. It's not a good tube. All right, this one I have repurchased many times too, but I just feel like I'm into drugstore pencils at this point. It's the Huda Beauty Balm Brows, the micro shade brow pencil. I think she still makes this. I just recently got it, but I got it on Ipsy. Again, I have repurchased this many times, but it was on sale again at Ipsy. This one is in 2 neutral blonde. It's a drier formula, but I'm really into like a microfine brow pencil. I like that this stays a while, you know, it's uncomplicated, that sort of thing. I like a lot of ones that do a neutral pretty well and don't come out super warm toned, and then their shade range is good enough that they have like a neutral brown. The one I'm wearing right now, by the way, I'm just trying to get rid of. It's very warm and it's too deep for me, so it's not the one I'm wearing today. Anyway, this was on sale. I wouldn't pay full price for it though. Would I buy it again if it was on sale? Yes, I would. I have done so many times. Okay, you guys, we are on into a fragrance. This is the last of the categories that I have, but I have a bunch of different fragrances. I actually have a ton of testers. I pulled out my entire testers like bin and I went through them all and I have been using them. So oh my gosh, I have notes. I have a bunch of these and I have a bunch more to go, but a lot of these were really popular, so I wanted to talk about them and I took some notes for y'all. So let's start with the testers first, and then I'm gonna go into like the travel sizes of the ones that I purchased next and last. So I did end up getting a bunch from Perfume X. So I'm trying one right now that's Wild Violet and I really like it. This one is Famous And the 30 ml retails for $49. It is supposed to be a sweet, fruity mix of berries with a hint of musk. So the key notes are strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, cherry, blackcurrant, and mandarin. The middle notes are violet and jasmine, and then the bottom notes are musk, vanilla, cashmere and wood, oak moss, amber, and patchouli. I typically do not like patchouli, but I didn't smell the patchouli at all. Not typically, I absolutely hate patchouli, but I didn't smell it at all. Now I'm gonna just straight up read the notes that I was taking as I was using these to you guys, because I think that is like the most genuine way for me to tell you how these were. So I told you it's sweet, fruity mix of berries with a hint of musk. Now, I'll tell you that my preference, I don't like anything floral, but fruity is okay. And anything that has like a musk on the undertone or on like the bottom notes, I'm a huge fan of. It just seems to sit on me really well. These were my notes. Famous is amazing. It's strong, it's long lasting, not floral. You can go ham and not feel like it makes me ill, and it lasts all day. So far, everything that I've been trying from Perfume X is absolutely fabulous. I have been noticing I am not a huge fan of anything that is mainstream perfume, such as the J'adore from Dior. This retails in the 1 ounce for $115. It's got Lang Lang, Damascus Rose, and Jasmine. So a lot of rosy florals, just not my thing. It says J'adore is teetering on too floral. It's more sweet than floral and pretty long lasting. I didn't notice it past 3 hours. It should be noticed by others, but not me. It breathes well, but I don't think it's an overly strong throw. Those are the notes that I had on this one. I wouldn't get it. It's just teetering on a little bit too floral for me, and it's too high a price point. It's not my target fragrance type, which is definitely more gourmand musks. The next one that I have is Replica Beach Walk. The Replica Beach Walk retails for $89 for the 1 ounce, and then you can get the mini in 10 milliliters for $36. The scent family is fresh. The scent type is fresh solar. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like, you know, fruity fresh, but not floral. So Replica Beach Walk, it's meant to be fresh. Oh, here we go. But smells floral to me. It gives me a headache. It's extremely long lasting, and I wish it wasn't. So absolutely not on that one. All right, next let's do from Armani, which was My Way. The 0.3 ounces retails for $37. It's supposed to be a wood floral. It's got bergamot and orange blossom on the top notes. The middle notes are tuberose and jasmine, and the bottom notes are cedarwood, vanilla, and white musks. So, you know, when it says musk and vanilla, it's typically a scent I like. Anything that's like woodsy, I will typically like too. I just think it sits on me really well. My notes here were My Way is extremely strong and extremely long. First time I used it, I smelt it all day. It may have been a bit much. I did spray a lot, but I do like this. I do. It just, the way that the way it hits is like fresh, but the wood floral, like it's okay. It smells very similar to the Kaoli that I'm gonna talk about later. All right, let's talk about the Acqua di Gioia from Armani. Like I couldn't tell you. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's similar priced. 0.3 ounces retails for $36 and 1 ounce retails for $75. So it's actually not that much. I was accidentally sent a box of this from Ulta Beauty and I didn't get to try it. I just resold it because I thought I was gonna try it and then I went past the return window. So I did end up like reselling it on like Mercari or something, but I kind of wish I hadn't because I really do like it. The family is fresh, citrus, and aquatic, and that's really what it smells like. It has a pretty strong throw and it's pretty long lasting. It doesn't give me a headache because it's not like floral fresh. It's fresh and an aquatic scent. The keynotes are jasmine, lemon, and cedar. So as you can kind of imagine, it's like a fruity fresh with like an undertone of musk. That cedar is kind of like musky at the end. I would definitely wear this again. I would not purchase this by itself. Like it's just not my like normal fragrance or even my preferred fragrance family. But if I got it again, I would definitely use it. I am a little sad that I did resell it, but it's a good smelling one. All right, let's go to this Lancome Idole. As you can see, I did not finish it off. I couldn't. It was too much. It's a fresh floral. It just smells way too floral for me and it instantly gave me a headache. Its top notes are bergamot, juicy pear, and pink peppercorn. The middle notes are rose and jasmine. The bottom notes are white musk, vanilla, patchouli, and cedarwood. Like, I smelled the patchouli almost instantly at the end of this. Like, I sprayed it, gave it 2 seconds, and I could smell the patchouli. It's just too floral for me. I think if someone really liked a floral scent, they would enjoy this. I'm just gonna go ahead and like give that little last bit to my grandmother, who loves a floral perfume. The next one that I have is Gucci Bloom. It is so funny that it's called Bloom because it's an ambery floral. Top notes are coral jasmine, middle are tuberose petals jasmine, sambac absolute, and the bottom notes are Peru, balsam absolute, vanilla, fir good, and absolute. I don't know why, but here are my notes. Gucci Bloom is not too floral at all. Not too strong, you barely notice it. It's feminine without being overpowering. It is actually really, really good. This was my second favorite one, I think. Like, My Way was good, but that would be my third favorite. Gucci Bloom was definitely my second favorite, which is funny that, you know, it's an ambery floral family. It just, when it's not too strong and doesn't like immediately give you a headache, I think it's nice. All right, the top one of the testers is from Dead Cool. That's how I'm pronouncing it. DEDCOOL. They do sell this at Sephora. This was an oil eau de parfum. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was actually a spray. So I don't know. I wish I could have gone more ham on it or put it on my clothes, but you can't. It's an oil. It is extra milk. So this one I'm gonna have to read from the website because I literally just finished this off yesterday and I didn't take notes on it. The 0.5 ounce retails for $30. The 1.7 ounce retails for $90. So not super cheap, but it's genderless and vegan. It has a warm and spicy fragrance family. Makes sense for me. Scent type is warm and sheer. It is very sheer and it is very warm. It's perfect. Keynotes are amber, bergamot, and white musk. Sounds exactly like something I would like. A universal musk amplified. Keep your friends close and your scent closer. Smells like you, feels like pure comfort. It is a very, very warm, very fresh scent. So I had a coworker, the first day I used this, go, oh my God, who smells like that? And I was like, I don't know, is it me? And I stuck my chest up and she was like, oh my gosh, that smells like a dryer sheet mixed with like a warm scent, like vanilla is in there or something warm. And she followed me around every day I wore this freaking thing. And she was like doing this behind me. So I know this sits well on me. I stuck it in my loves list. I didn't grab it during the sale that Sephora was having, but it's in my loves list. This one, Allure Best of Beauty for 2024. My only worry is that it is also it's gonna be an oil. Like, it's, you know, you're not gonna be able to put this on your clothes, which I wish you could because it's not very, it doesn't have a strong throw. One of the questions and answers is, what's the longevity? And someone writes 0. It's quite bizarre. You can only smell the fragrance upon spraying it and then it's nowhere to be found. I've never seen this in any other perfume or body spray. It does tend to like really mesh with your skin quite a bit, so it doesn't have a very long lastingness about it, but still, it's just so good. I will be buying it. I will be. The KARIM Rock Sugar, I did buy this one. It was new last year. This is the Rock Sugar 42 or Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42. It retails for $29 in this size, which is the 0.34 ounces. The fragrance family is warm and spicy, so it's my kind of thing. That's why I got it. Its top notes is candy pear, middle rock sugar, bottom vanilla cream. Right up my alley, but it smells like damn flowers. So I didn't really love this. This is just not a scent that I would go back to. I don't know if it's the candy pear. I don't know if it's the rock sugar, but like, it doesn't smell like candy to me. It just smells like really floral. And for something being warm and spicy, oh, it gives me a headache. Oh, it's giving me a headache. It doesn't smell warm or spicy. The scent sits up here instead of down here, being like, you know, on the warm side. It doesn't follow its description. To me, it just smells floral. I really didn't enjoy that from KARIM. Although the one that's like, oh, the citrus one in the yellow bottle that's like right there, it smells absolutely fabulous. I sprayed it. I've worn it once. It's one of my favorite perfumes that I've ever smelled ever. So I know KARIM can do a good job. But number one that I tried was from Boy Smells. I got this when it was new on Sephora's website. It's the Cocoa Cream. The 0.33 ounces sells for $30, which is this one. It's an earthy and woody fragrance family. Top notes, middle notes, and bottom notes are coconut water, fig leaves, and sandalwood. It smells sweet. Let me tell you what my coworker said about this one. Someone else said, and I'm telling you guys, like, these scents just sit well on me to the point where people like go, oh my God, you smell delicious. So one person said to me, what is that smell? It smells like baked goods in here. And I go, again, the totally different coworker, and a male this time, by the way. And I go, is it me? You know, after you sit with it for a while, you don't know if it's you. And so he goes, yeah, that's it. It smells like baked goods. So that's what this smells like. So if you want to smell like delicious baked goods, like a freaking donut or, you know, like pancakes and syrup or some shit like that, like this is so delicious. Cocoa cream. So good. Anything not floral that just smells like sweet to me, but like a hint of musk, I'm telling you, that warm family is where it's at. And the very, very final product today, you guys, is the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 48 Perfume Mist. I got this in an advent calendar. It's fruity floral. The top, middle, and bottom notes are guava nectar, sunlit orchid, and pink musk. So as you can kind of imagine, it's a very, very fruity scent. It smells like stuff that we used to spray on us in like the 90s and early 2000s. I didn't enjoy it very much. You know, I got through it, but I ended up finishing off the bottle, to be honest with you, just kind of like spraying around my house. Like, oh, it smells like dog. Okay. That's how I ended up finishing this off. It was too strong for me. The floral scent was too much. Not enough fruity, too much floral. Just smelling that gave me a headache. Anyway, you guys, this has been a very, very long video. I had a lot of thoughts and a lot of products. I'm telling you, like these minis, because I go through them, honestly, it just makes these beauty empty videos like give me a lot of products and then all the dang fragrances. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that like sitting here and listening to me, some of the stuff was cool and then some of the stuff just kind of gave you ideas. But you know what I say, if you guys are not currently subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe so you can stick around. I am out of here and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.